Dear friends, let us kickstart today's presentation, that is parenting. We will be answering some pertinent questions here with respect to parenting, that these questions reside in the minds of all parents actually, and they seek for suitable answers for these questions. That is, one of the questions that we will be dealing is, what challenges will new parents face and how they can prepare for these challenges. New parents means parents who have just entered into parenthood, or a parent or couples who have just preparing for the parenting. And another concern is, why is parenting described as a learning process? Yes, parenting is a process that has to be learned by parents. It is not fully instinctual. For some decades ago, parenting has been considered as driven fully by instinct. But as the researchers and experiments related to its research based experiments revealed that parenting is no more an thing guided by some unconscious forces like instinct. It is a skill to be learned. Only 20 or 30% of parenting is instinctual. All other parenting skills are need to be learned or picked up by the parents themselves. And what is the role of a parent? Yes, this is a simple definition of the parenting, that is caring for children and helping them to grow and develop. Very simple definition. And it requires understanding child's needs and also ways to meet those needs. And the skill of parenting depends on the parent's ability to use good judgment. This is the crux of the parenting skill. And parents can have a reasonable expectations. It is the expectations of the parents which determine the behavior, decision, attitude. Every aspects of the parenting is determined or influenced by the expectations of the parents about their children. So understand how children develop in order to refine your expectations regarding your children, in order to have some realistic expectations about your children. First, parents are invited to understand how your children develop and know what to expect at different phases of development of your child. And also remember that, keep this in mind always, that is, remember that each child is an individual, each child is unique. So the another question is, can parenting skill be learned? Of course, a good part of parenting is to be learned. That is, for learning parenting skills, the parents need not attend any college or a school, but there are so many resources in order to develop their skill in parenting, such as read reliable information, gain experience with the children. Parent learns a lot each day by their interaction, through their interaction with their children. So conscious interaction, a mindful exchange between the parent and child must take place in order to gain the experience, to learn from the experience of the parenting. It is the most important resource, that is, we learn from our interactions with the child and ask advice from the others. Maybe it your friends or from counselors or parenting specialist. You can ask advice and also observe other parents and other children, how other parents deal with their children. It will give us some valuable insight into our own parenting practices. And this is the Glainski's stages of parenthood. And you may know how he is explaining the stages, different stages or different levels of parenting. That is, first is pregnancy. And here parents begin to imagine themselves as parents. They are imaginary parents. They wanted to shape how their parenting should be in future, how they are supposed to bring up their child, future child. And when the child reaches age 2, from birth to age 2, the task of the parent is to become emotionally attached to the child, may question the relative worth of other priorities. That is, so much emotional attachment is there. Between 2 to 5, that is 4 to 5, the task of the parenting is determined by rules. That is, parent begins to set some rules for the behavior of the child and clarify role as authority figure. And until the child reaches 13, parent tries to rethink their role as parents. That is, 13 is the age of pre-adolescence. That is, when the adolescent age is reached, the parents begins to rethink, decide what knowledge, skills and values child needs. And when the child reaches adolescence, parents begin to establish boundaries, find disciplinary methods appropriate for teens. And it is in this stage usually we notice conflict between the adolescents and parents, because there will be so many negotiations between the parent and the child regarding the boundaries of both, as a parent, as an adolescent, because adolescents start to bargain in order to establish their autonomy, independence, freedom, individuality, all that. And the child leaves home. This is a last phase of parenthood. Now, what are the challenges of the parenthood? Parenting is a role where so many challenges are involved actually. New responsibilities. When you become a parent, you have to confront, or you have to adapt, or you have to accept new responsibilities which may not be familiar to you before. And changes in parenting lifestyles will be there. Before, for example, before you become a parent, you used to do daily exercise or yoga in the morning. But when you became a parent, you may find it difficult to have some time for this exercise, daily morning exercise, because you have to make arrangements for children in order to send them to school and all that. So changes in lifestyle you can expect. Changes in relationship. Your relationship, when you become a parent, even the content and style of your relationship with your spouse will change. That is, new responsibilities and demands. When you adapt to them, there can be changes in your pattern of interaction with your loved ones. And also employment. In the work front or in the scenario of job, parents might be thinking either of changing the employment, because they have to find better means for bringing up a child in these days, because enough financial support or financial resources are inevitable in order to bring up a child. So in the front of employment also, parents have to take new decisions. And also emotional adjustments will be